Oh, old Oleg isn't here either? Where is everyone?
So you're leading us on another wild goose chase?
I wouldn't dare! Trust me, we're getting close.
Huh? What's that huge structure in the distance?
Oh, that's the furnace core. It's the pillar that connects the underworld and the overworld. People used to travel up and down that thing, but then...
Then what?
It's a long story. In any case, practically nothing moves up or down anymore.
Except you.
Oh, come on, my dear fellow. I thought we weren't going to discuss this. I beg you, the fewer rumors there are about me, the better.
Hey, look! Who is that? It looks like she's in trouble.
My friends, don't just stand there. This drama doesn't need any more bystanders.
Oh? You know, it might be interesting to see you get in trouble.
We should avoid attracting too much attention. But we can't just leave her.
Exactly, my boy, Cold Dragon Young. Young Master Dan Heng speaks with reason.
Let's help her.
All right, princess. Let's dispense with the pleasantries.
You dare attack someone on our turf? Well, how about a few rounds with me?
Darn it! Quick, disperse!
Spineless thugs.
Miss Zila, phew. It's a good thing you showed up when you did. My heartfelt thanks. These vagrants have got some nerve looking for trouble in Wildfire Terra.
Shut it, Sampo. This is you written all over it. Wildfire has countless issues on its plate right now. We don't need a side order of Koski. I hear Silvermane Guard is paying the underworld a visit. Is that you?
You kidnapped me and brought me to the underground. What is the meaning of this?
Listen to her. What is the meaning of this? She still thinks she's an overworld princess. Do you know what's become of us down here while you live the easy life? Did you even consider the fate of the underworlders?
The Silvermane Guards aren't living the easy life. We are constantly engaged with the enemy, defending Belobog from the scourge of attacking monsters and protecting all those above and below the surface.
Do you even hear yourself? You protect the underground? Redeploying every guard to the surface? Sealing off the only passageway? Protecting the so-called architects, more like it.
The Madam Guardian has her reasons.
Enough talk. You're coming with me. Chief Oleg wants to see you, and he's got more than a few questions.
Perfect, Miss Zila. We were just on our way to pay Chief Oleg a visit ourselves. Room for a few more?
Fully booked. Who are they? What good is your name by itself?
Well, it's like this. The chief's in the market for specific talent. An urgent request, so I'm taking them to see him.
We're looking for a Stellaron. It's the source of all the disasters here. If we find it, we can...
I would recommend you not recite your story to everyone you meet. Miss Zila won't understand it anyway, so let's save it for the chief, huh?
You're right. I don't understand it. And I don't plan on passing the message on either. Wildfire's encountered trouble at the Great Mine. The chief's busy. If you really want to find him, come look for me at the mine entrance. I'm leaving. Matt. I didn't think you'd be here. Where's Oleg?
Hey, Zila and Sampo's guests. So it looks like you've already met. I haven't seen Oleg. The miners said they saw him take a group further in. Miners and their family members. They want an explanation from the instigators. This area up ahead is a vagrant dwelling, but they've sealed off the entrance. I guess they're afraid that angry miners might try to take revenge. I heard that many were injured in the clashes, so I hurried over here to see if I could help.
How could the situation here become such a mess?
I heard that First Mining Team found a geomarrow vein with incredible deposits. The initial estimate put it at the largest discovery in the last 30 years.
Are you serious? That's big news. How come I never heard about it?
Well, they weren't in a hurry to make it known. Most of the mines have been contaminated by the fragmentum. Many people are out of work. They were afraid of being overwhelmed if they let the word out. But the vagrants here have keen eyes. They couldn't keep it hidden from them. Some local gangs wanted to profit from the situation, so they blackmailed the mining team for hush money. And that was the final straw. I can understand your thinking. It's just that the underground is in difficult straits. And that's how the clash started. Now both sides are dealing with heavy losses. So, are you guys here to help resolve the conflict?
They're here because they need a favor from Chief Oleg. I'm escorting them. And seeing as you need that helping hand, it wouldn't be too much to ask you to lend one here first, right?
Of course we want to help. We care about other people too, you know.
Oh, that's quite nice of you.
I believe we're dealing with kind-hearted people here, Zila. As you've all seen, the situation down here is, strained. If you can, we would really appreciate you helping the people.
Cowards and bullies. I don't remember you guys acting this tough around Svarog's minions. Did your parents never teach you what a backbone was?
We ain't stupid. Why would we risk our lives against the robots? And get off the high road. You can't just find a huge chunk of geomarrow and hog it all to yourselves.
This mine is our territory. The mining team is laboring here day in and day out. You guys don't even pretend like you're here to lend a hand. You're lazy. All you want is to profit off our sweat and tears. And you don't even try hiding it. Disgraceful.
Where does disgrace come into it when we can't even fill our stomachs, huh? I know your game. You're just waiting for us to starve to death so there's more food for your mining team.
It's a waste of time trying to reason with you. While you've been kicking up this fuss, the whole vein's been seized by robots. Now we're all in the same boat.
Right. We can't rely on the vein anymore. But don't forget which side brought loaded guns to the party.
Whoa, easy. What are you trying to pull off? I'm warning you, wildfire are in the area.
Empty threat. Wildfire are stuck dealing with Svarog's minions. How are they gonna help you now? Unless you're planning on taking a bullet. Hand over the supplies and equipment.
They're getting ready to attack. Those miners are unarmed.
You shameless scoundrels!
I'm going to. We can't let these thugs get away with whatever they like.
Aha! And who do we have here? Do you know whose territory this is?
Shut it. This isn't your territory. I'm in a hurry. I'll take you all in one go.
Oh, Zila, thank goodness you came. We were nearly,
Nothing but a few knuckleheads. I'm just glad you're okay. Antonia, have you seen Chief Oleg?
Oleg? He took a group into the intersection. Said it was to clear off the invading robots. They've been gone for a while now. If Wildfire was around, those thugs wouldn't have dared.
Seems like the core of this problem is Svarog's robots. Your run-of-the-mill robots don't have a will of their own. Their aim is merely Svarog's aim. The boss, he appeared suddenly after the guards were redeployed and became a major player in the underworld. Svarog claims to be a guardian of humanity, while the ownerless robots obey his commands. They've occupied the Furnace Core hub, and they're not letting anyone get close. Nobody knows why Svarog did any of this. He usually doesn't leave the Furnace Core and interfere unless some kind of disorder breaks out in the underworld.
Wait, a guardian of humanity? That can command robots? No, I've never heard of anything like.
Looks like your mighty architects weren't as all-knowing as you thought.
Can you two say anything without quarreling? This isn't the time! It sounds like there's danger waiting for us in the intersection. Can we still get through?
Right. There's unfinished business here. The chief is still down there. It's only a bunch of scrap metal. What are we afraid of?
Oh, is Zila starting to appreciate our strength?
I'll be honest. You guys are hardworking. If everyone from Wildfire were as impressive as you on the battlefield, we wouldn't be so hard-pressed by Svarog. Antonia, can you take the mining team back through the entrance to meet up with Natasha?
Sure thing, but be careful. There are a lot of robots up ahead.
This vein. So this is what everyone is fighting over. Mr. Svarog, it's such a massive vein. I've never seen so much geomarrow before.
Calculating. Based on the average rate of excavation, this vein is enough to supply Belobog with 231 days of energy, with a margin of error of 7 days. I sense that your reason for summoning me is not the ore in question. State your true intention, Clara.
Right. I wanted Mr. Svarog to see that many miners and vagrants have gotten hurt because of the vein. Can you help them?
I have already prevented the dispute and taken temporary control of the excavation zone. Evaluation result. In the event of no further variables, there will be no large-scale armed conflict within the next 30 days.
I know why you did it, Mr. Svarog. It's just, I don't think it'll be enough. The mining team and Wildfire, they don't understand your actions. If only we could do more for them.
My mission is the protection of the underworld. The trust of the minority sample is redundant to my calculations. Human behavior will always deviate from rational calculation, Clara. As evidenced by their presence here.
Svarog! We haven't settled our final score.
Zila, subordinate to Wildfire. Your resistance is futile. The result of my calculation is unequivocal. Remaining in the underworld is the optimal strategy for survival.
This again. Calculation results, survival strategies. I haven't got time for your thesis. Withdraw your forces, or I'll lose my temper.
Observe, Clara. Even under abject conditions, humans are unable to avoid division and conflict.
But Mr. Svarog...
Human failure to accept the calculation result is a significant threat to the survival strategy of the underworld. Calculation complete. Result unequivocal. Armed suppression of Wildfire and their allies is the optimal course of action.
What about the girl in red? That robot is gonna take her away.
We must leave, Clara. External variables have triggered a calculation reset. The furnace core hub requires protection.
Please, Mills, don't hit them too hard.
I was getting bored of those minions. Time for a real fight. Come at me!
Phew, not bad. How many of these big guys is Svarog hiding?
A lot, which is why Wildfire has never been able to take him down. Svarog's forces are too strong. We don't have enough firepower. Clara? Don't worry about her. That girl is best pals with Svarog. She's always following behind him. He wouldn't harm her. I guess I'm just used to seeing them together now, even if I don't understand it. Let's look for the chief.
No need to look far. Nice work, Zila. We were attacked on both sides by robots. Who knows where they came from? We thought we were in it for the long haul.
Chief, is everyone okay? Is anyone injured?
We're fine. We're used to it at this point. We sent those pesky robots and ragtag troops packing. The mine should be quiet for a while. And, who are your friends here?
Ah, them. They're outsiders that Sample brought down from who knows where. They need a favor from Wildfire, so I brought them with me. It'll be faster if they explain.
That's quite the tone to take on our first meeting. I won't forget you in a hurry. So, you went to all this trouble to find Wildfire. What help is it you need?
I didn't know you'd put on a show for the overworld, too. Impressive.
Well, this is new. Wildfire can barely take care of the underworld. And now outsiders are looking for assistance from us. This Stellaron you speak of. Never heard of it. But if it's a secret that even we locals don't know about, then one name does come to mind. The current Supreme Guardian is a liar who uses sweet words to deceive the underworld. She's never cared about our survival.
Stop right there. I won't allow you to insult the Madam Guardian.
Miss Overworld, my words may be painful to you, but every one of them is true. Go out into the towns and hear for yourself. See how the people here suffer. I haven't gotten close to voicing the extent of the underworld's grievances, young lady. But I will respect your request. I will leave it at that for now. Let's get back to the main topic. The name that came to my mind was Svarog.
Huh? Isn't Svarog Wildfire's sworn enemy?
Why would a mere robot in the underworld have knowledge of important secrets?
Sworn enemy. Not how I see it. The young master here is closer. Svarog is a cold and unfeeling machine. He recognizes only the dead reasoning of his calculations. Svarog is not against Wildfire. Or perhaps I should say, Wildfire isn't even of concern to him. That ancient robot witnessed the war. If you're looking to pick up a thread, he may well be your best source.
Yeah, I remember hearing this world was invaded by the Legion hundreds of years ago.
Robots don't forget. If Svarog hasn't heard of your Stellaron, then I'm afraid perhaps no one has.
In which case, we need to think of a way to convince Svarog to communicate with us.
Or get him to hand over his memory bank. We could go through it ourselves.
What should we do?
We've tried repeatedly to negotiate with Svarog, but he rejects every effort. He believes that wildfire is a threat. Still, if it were you guys... it's difficult to say. We have time. Let's get into the details tomorrow. It's late, and you must have been through a lot. Go back to the town and rest. I'll make arrangements.
Again? I'm starting to get nervous of arranged rest on this planet.
As for our Silvermane girl here, do you have time? I'd like to talk with you in private.
Time to rest again. I hope there aren't any surprises this time. That Oleg, he seems sincere. What do you guys think? Would you look at him, blurting out something so irresponsible?
A lot like you, actually. But if you ask for my opinion, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Fine. We'll keep our guards up. Our last hotel experience was eventful, to say the least.
One of us should keep watch tonight.
Keep watch? Are we space cowboys now? I guess this is the cosmic Wild West. Anyone else sleepy? No, I don't. Besides, I've never pulled an all-nighter before. Do you know how bad it is for your skin?
I'll keep watch.
Branya, did you finish talking to Oleg? Hope he didn't make things difficult for you.
Not really. Though it wasn't the friendliest conversation. We didn't see eye to eye on everything. I've come to know a great deal in a short time. Doubt I'll be able to fall asleep tonight.
I doubt I'll be able to sleep either. Not that I don't trust you. It's just, you're a Silvermane guard officer in the underground. There might be people looking to harm you.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are. The Silvermane guards have a lot to make amends for down here. If someone had made a stand in the outset and explained the consequences to Madame Kokolia... forget it. It's meaningless to talk about it now. You don't need to worry about me. Oleg guaranteed that I wouldn't be harmed. He seemed like a man of his word. Go and rest.
I lost her. My wish. Your so-called plan. What is the point of it all? Silence! She is my daughter. My only... You soulless thing. How could you begin to fathom? You will never understand. Never! A new world.
That voice again. Such a strange dream. May as well go for a walk if I can't sleep.
Who goes there? Show yourself. Oh, it's you. Don't sneak up behind me next time. Lucky for you, I wasn't armed. No sleep for you either, huh? I understand. The more that weighs on your mind, the more your fears become dreamscapes. Actually, seeing as there's no one around, can I ask you some things? This Stellaron you speak of, if you were to find it, how sure are you that you could stop the eternal freeze? Your confidence actually makes me even more worried. This isn't like helping a child make a snowball. You know, it was difficult for me to believe you. Some of the words you use are too alien for those that have lived their entire life in Belobog. As far as I was concerned, Madame Cocolia's order to arrest you sounded reasonable. But why didn't she issue it straight away? She must have realized something about you. Something I haven't yet been able to perceive for myself. It bothers me. What must have transpired to cause her such a drastic change? Still, orders are orders. It's not for soldiers to question their superiors. I don't need you to remind me. And I didn't have every confidence that I was doing the right thing. But the sense of duty to carry out an order is bound to prevail with me. In the past, overworld soldiers on the front line would lose their lives in droves. And yet, the Fragmentum's advance would remain unaffected. Nevertheless, that was her reason for deploying all the Silvermane guards to the front line. The transport line for supplies in Geomera remained open, but the passage between the surface and the underground ceased. I approved of that decision. I never thought that the underworld would sink into such ruin without the Silvermane guards. Perhaps Mother was wrong. But how can I change her mind? I've tried, but she won't listen. I don't know how to get through to her. Help me change the mind of the Madam Guardian? Not easy. Nobody knows that better than I do. The more I think about it, the more disoriented I get, which in turn makes me think about it even more. I just want a better life for the people of Belobog. Maybe you're right. Or not. Right now, I just need more time to think. Walk with me. Let's forget our problems for a while. I can't remember the last time I went for a walk like this. I never thought I'd take one through such a strange place, with someone I'd only just gotten to know. It's so quiet here. I'm not used to it. The quieter things are around you, the louder. I'm surprised the vagrants in the Great Mine go after the mining teams. They must be desperate. Still, whatever their situation, a crime is a crime. How is the law supposed to find a balance between justice and compassion in the face of such complexity?
How much longer can you last with your current supplies?
Is that Zila? Let's go take a look.
I know. I'll go to Rivet Town and bring them back for you.
It's too dangerous to go alone. Get Oleg to send someone with you.
The rest of Wildfire has barely gotten any sleep the last few days. They should rest. They'd only be holding their eyelids open and slowing me down. Besides, didn't you say some of the miners were gravely injured? Lives are on the line. Aren't you supposed to be sleeping? What are you doing out here? Up to no good, perhaps?
We're just having a walk, neither of us could sleep. You can rescind your baseless accusations.
Look somewhere else, then.
Easy, Zila. Maybe they can help. I'm grateful. Here's the situation. The clinic is packed full of people injured in the mines incident. Since you helped us resolve things, Zila and I have been busy caring for them. As you know, the underground is lacking resources to begin with. Add on the sudden nature of the incident, and it's no surprise that the clinic is almost out of medical supplies. We need to acquire more, somehow.
The situation in other towns is even worse than ours. As the fragmentum spreads underground, more monsters go roaming around, causing trouble for all the towns. That means more vagrants in the mines. The town's resources have been swallowed up by the fragmentum. To get anything now, people have to risk their lives.
Easy now, Zila. Anger isn't good for one's health. Zila and I actually aren't from here. We both come from an industrial town to the north. A few years ago, the fragmentum began to seep into the town center. I used to manage an orphanage and clinic there. But after the fragmentum corroded the area, I had no choice but to move here to Boulder Town. After all, I have to survive myself if I want to save more people.
Go to a corroded town to collect some useful resources? I'm in. You want to come as well? But you look quite tired.
Hold up. I never said you could join us.
People's lives are at stake. Why wouldn't you want another person to help? Besides, I have some experience with the fragmentums. I'm sure I will be of use.
Well, just don't slow me down.
Zila's lack of outright rejection means she approves of you. With you all accompanying her, my mind will be more at ease. Come, let me give you a list of materials we need. The place you're going to is called Rivet Town. Follow the path through the mountains to the north for a bit, and you'll arrive there. Let me think. I'm almost out of metal plates and bandages used for immobilizing broken bones. There's a market in the center of Rivet Town. Residents left behind piles of materials there when they evacuated. Please look for some there. Oh, also rubbing alcohol. I kept a bunch at the orphanage, since the kids often got into tussles. I didn't bring it with me when I left. Oh, I hope it's still intact. Lastly, painkillers. There should be a bunch stored in the old lab. Hopefully they haven't been destroyed by monsters. These should be enough to get by for a bit longer. Be careful, don't push yourselves too hard.
Metal plates and bandages, rubbing alcohol, and painkillers. Got it. Piece of cake. Let's go. If we leave now, we can still make it back before sundown. When it comes to helping injured people groaning in pain, the sooner the better. Way over there. See that house on the hill? That's Natasha's old orphanage. After Oleg found me, he sent me there. I spent over half my childhood in that place. Natasha said that the house was donated by some rich businessman. Whatever his business may have been, he must have been a good person. I miss those carefree days as a kid.
Huh.
What? Nothing to say?
No, it's just... this place seems familiar somehow. never mind.
Weirdo. Look down there. See the mess that remains of those old stalls? That's Rivet Town's market. The supplies Natasha wants are probably there. Let's keep moving. Watch out for monsters.
These crates have been sitting here for many years, right? Even if they have materials in them, are you sure they are still usable?
Do you think undergrounders care about expiration dates? Even having any supplies is a miracle in itself. No. No. Empty. How are they all empty? Who could have...
Careful! Enemy behind you! I've only seen this kind of monster before in the restricted zone.
I don't care how big you are. You dare sneak up on us from behind. This is it for you, pal!
Move carefully.
That was it? Oh, please. You don't think I could do it? But still, fighting alongside you two was pretty fun. Should be all clear now. Let's poke around. The kids at the orphanage were always getting into scraps when we played out here. If I remember it right, there ought to be some supplies for our cuts and bruises stored in that corner there. I just hope the monster didn't get to them.
It wasn't my imagination.
Huh? What are you talking about?
This building? This playground equipment? I've seen it all before.
What? Come on. The overground and underground have been sealed off from each other for over 10 years. It would have been used if a Silvermane guard had come down here, let alone an overworld princess. Wait, unless before that...
Yes, it's a possibility. That would explain why my memory of it is so blurry. Come on, I need to look around a bit more before I can be sure.
We've looked everywhere but here. I hope my memory is right. It's... Ah! Yes! We found it! Great! And it's barely damaged. Nat wouldn't have expected her old supplies from years ago to have stayed in such good condition.
You should still check the expiration date for things like rubbing alcohol. If it's expired, it won't be effective.
True. Let me check a few bottles. Huh? What's this?
This is something from when I was a child.
When you were a child? Are you sure?
No. I remember now. I used to live here. Before the architects took me away, before Madame Cocolia adopted me, I used to live here. I'm an undergrounder.
You're... an undergrounder? Wait a minute. You're saying that Cocolia, the Supreme Guardian, adopted you? Then...
Yes. I'm the successor chosen by the architects. In the future, I will become the guardian who leads Belobog. Why? Why didn't I remember this until now? My childhood memories are so blurry. No. Mother would never do that to me. There's no way she would. The architect said that the guardian successor is selected from among all people in Belobog. The selection process can take anywhere from a few years to a few decades. During that time, all children of the appropriate age in both the overworld and the underworld will be tested. In the end, only one child deemed as worthy will be chosen. I must have been chosen from among the children here and then taken to the surface.
The kids at the orphanage are always coming and going. I never thought that there would have been a future Supreme Guardian among us. Does Nat know about this? Could she have been keeping it a secret?
I don't think she knows. The selection of the successor is done with utmost secrecy. And the child chosen must completely say goodbye to their past. And thus, I became the daughter of Madame Cocolia. My only identity is that of Guardian Successor. But I'm not good enough. Every day I see Silvermane guards sacrifice their lives in the Fragmentum, but I've never had the resolve to try to change Mother's mind. The underworld has been struggling, but I never tried to help. I didn't even know that it was my own home that had fallen into such a dire state. In the end, I haven't been able to guard anything. How could they have thought that I was worthy to be the successor?
Hey, are you done?
Huh?
Wow. Ugh, so annoying.
What?
What? You thought I should feel sorry for you after your little speech? You can hide in your palace while you fuss over your overworld problems. And on the front line, it's not even you who's putting their life in danger. But in the underworld, what do we worry about? If we'll have food for our next meal, or survive to the next week. Even if I am but a small glimmer of light in this world, I must try my best to shine brightly for others. Didn't you say that? Well, if you really want to protect everyone, what are you standing here crying for? Get to it!
You're right. You're right. Self-pity doesn't help solve anything. Thank you, Sela. Usually when I feel sorry for myself, I am met with gentle consolation. Never has anyone dared to be tough and make me snap out of it.
I'm no good at consoling, but I can hit you on the head a few times, no problem. I can tell that you have a big burden to carry. Why do you force yourself to?
As the successor to the Guardian of Belobog, I must always be vigilant of my behavior and thoughts.
Yeah, Lady Branya. Miss Future Supreme Guardian comes from the same orphanage as me. Who thought it would be a good idea to put us together, huh? How about I show you around the orphanage a bit more? Unlike you, my memories from when I was little are crystal clear.
Okay. I'll indulge in old memories with you for a while.